Well, this is going to be a wall. This isn't one of those deals where they jump over it. They go to Home Depot, buy a ladder, jump over the wall. This is this is a Trump wall. This is a Trump wall. This is a real wall. Mexico is going to pay, and they'll be happy. They'll be happy. If you have some dumb politician negotiating, I agree they won't pay. But when you have Trump negotiating for you on your behalf, they will pay. 100%. 100%.
Thousands of people cheered as Republican presidential hopeful Donald Trump talked tough about illegal immigration. Kind of talk that fellow Republicans want him to kind of temper a little bit. Dr. Matthew Wilson teaches political science at SMU. Fascinating topics, and I was surprised to hear say just a second ago, you know, there's some parallels between Donald Trump this year and Barack Obama 8 years ago?
I know, imagine that, right? But both of them were drawing huge enthusiastic crowds, standing room only, to these rallies. Both of them talked more about their personality and personal story than about policy specifics. And both of them really trusted voters to say, well, I don't need to know the specifics. I just want to put my faith in this person to fix things.
Right. What a contrast to Jeb Bush, the presumed frontrunner before all this began, who put out a lengthy policy statement on tax code.
Right.
And nobody paid any attention at all. Donald Trump stands up and promises he will personally build a wall.
Right.
And everybody's standing up and cheering. Everybody. But huge crowds standing up and cheering.
Right. It's really remarkable. All of these other candidates must be frustrated because they're talking about policy. They're laying out specific plans, many of them, for education, for healthcare reform, for a variety of issues that face the country. And Donald Trump's statement at the rally last night about healthcare reform was, I'll call it Donald Care, not Obamacare, and gets thunderous applause.
Right. For people who, if you ask them going in, do you favor Obamacare, they'd say absolutely not. He favors in that, but some kind of national health care program.
He's very astutely playing on some opportunities that exist in the political space.
Obviously, illegal immigration being
right.
one of them. That is something that is just one of those visceral that people have very strong there are very few people who have no feelings on illegal immigration.
That's right. Most people have fairly strong feelings one way or the other. And there is a core group of voters in the American electorate who feel that their very, very strong concerns about illegal immigration are not being addressed by the existing political parties. That's what creates the space for him.
Let's talk about quickly one other candidate who is right. And Mr. Trump the other day was rankled by the fact that Dr. Ben Carson is getting some attention from the national news media. But Carson has kind of come out of nowhere. Many of the themes are the same.
Right.
Just very conservative themes, just delivered in a different way.
In some ways, Ben Carson is a kinder, gentler version of Donald Trump. And that might be a good thing for a certain segment of the electorate. He can essentially say, if you like Trump's ideas, but you want a more generally acceptable messenger to deliver that, maybe take a look at Ben Carson. Ben Carson's also an outsider. He's also not someone with political background and experience. That used to be thought of as a liability. Yeah. Now, for some people, it's a strength.
Hillary Clinton, boy, she can't get out of her own way as far as her troubles during this campaign season. The campaign has now tried to reinvent her as likable, funny, friendly, approachable. Let's be honest, she's none of the above.
She certainly hasn't shown that during 25 years in the American political limelight. At this point, it's hard to reinvent Hillary Clinton. People know who she is. I mean, she became First Lady in 1993. She's been around American politics for a long time.
Sure.
People's opinions about her are largely baked in. She's very experienced. She's knowledgeable about public policy. She's not charismatic or exciting. And she's just going to have to play that hand.
And what a contrast to her husband, who is one of the most, whether you agree with him or not, one of the most politically charming, effective campaigners and glad-handers in American political history.
Absolutely. And he'll try to transfer some of that to his wife's campaign. He'll try to help where he can. But she's not Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
For good or for ill, she is not Bill Clinton. And that's going to create some problems for her on the campaign trail connecting with voters.
Thanks very much. Appreciate you coming by.
Well, thank you for having me.
Keep up with Fox 4 on and air online as well as we head into the Republican presidential debate Tomorrow night will be required viewing for his students, by the way. Find details anytime on fox4news.com.